Okay, thank you so much and welcome to our Zoom meeting. So my name is Tjaša. Here is my co-worker Rožana and
Hello.
Elian, like you're the first and only guy here. So
Yes.
tell us something about yourself, please.
So my name is Elian. I come from France and I'm volunteering in the Mladinsky Center of Postojna, the Youth Center of Postojna, basically. I'm here for the European Solidarity Corps. So it's a program from the European Union that allow young people to go to some other country rather than the one that you are living in, and you can work in some different field. And my field is that I'm working with some migrants. I help them by teach them English.
I'm Elenla. I'm coming from Macedonia, and I'm also an EVS volunteer. I'm an EVS volunteer here in Slovenska Philanthropia, but I'm in the offices in Maribor because we have office also in Ljubljana. I volunteer in a daily center for migrants, and our daily job is working and like teaching assistance with the kids who come to the center. So I'm doing homeworks and teaching them English and a lot of different workshops. Mainly it's all about the kids that come to the office.
Great. And also from our lovely town Krško, Valentina.
Hi, my name is Valentina. I come from Kosovo. I'm also a volunteer in the same program, and I'm working with migrants. I am a volunteer in the Youth Center of Krško. It's a youth center. I also work with kids, so the youth are half Albanian and mostly are Slovene, but we teach both of them. We also do homeworks and different workshops or activities with them.
What is the current situation of the field that you work in? Oh, how does it look, your work day and the problems that you face the most? So I don't want this whole conversation to be about all the measurements for Corona, but our daily life, it's really influenced by the measurements that we have in Slovenia. So I'm here for 1 year. I came in the end of September, and I have seen how it's like the normal way of working, normal, and then I saw how it is with all the measurements. So it was because we're a daily center, and we really need the kids coming there, and they really need us. So it was not like the best of times when we had the measurements, because no one was allowed to come and everything was done through Zoom, and the kids were additionally doing school through Zoom. So it was really hard on them, it was hard on us. So at the moment it's getting better, because it's allowed to have like 10 people in the office, but they still, like, it's not a free coming. They need to like call, is it free, are there a lot of people now in the office, and so on. But we do some schedule. We are really good at doing schedules now, actually. And it's better than nothing that was during the winter period. They come, we have some workshops. The weather is getting better now, so we try to go out for a walk or have some lessons or some workshops outside. So now I can't complain, because I saw how it can be worse. But I know that during the summer, I hope it will be better and everything will be open, so they don't need to call if it's free to come to the offices. So for now, yeah, that is the current situation. I mean, it's good, but it's not the best one.
Yeah, thank you, Irina. Yeah, it's kind of the same like you just said. I think the Corona or the restrictions have kind of impacted in our work, or what do we do most. We also, like, from the winter period, we've been basically all online. We had we used the Discord app, so I don't know, activities or workshops that we had, we've been sharing them in Facebook, in Instagram, or in the Discord app. And most of the things that we did, it was on Zoom or just online, something that we shared. And the other things, yeah, mostly 10 or 5 people. So it was just one of us or two of us, and then 1 or 2 kids, and not more. So it was the same also to us. And I really hope that in the summer we will change some things, and the restrictions will get lower, or the cases will drop. So we will have the chance to experience the real work, and the kids will have more fun, and there will be more of them playing, or I don't know, just learn something new, do homework together, and these kind of things. But yes, I really hope that it will change. Elian, if you want, you can continue.
Thank you. So yeah, basically, my daily schedule is I giving class to some migrant family, and I'm supposed to also have some workshop with some kids, but actually with the COVID situation, our youth center is closed. But I hope that in very next few weeks it will be open, and we will be able to have some workshops, some activities with kids. So yeah, of course, the current situation is quite hard for this time because of the COVID, but at least we can adapt what we are doing. For example, when the lockdown arrived at the beginning of April, we give class by Zoom. Different. We doesn't have the same connection with the migrants family, sorry. So yeah, we have to adapt what we are doing, and we have to take care about everything that we are doing, of course, even in the class, because like sometimes we want to touch the migrants or the people that we are giving class to, but we cannot because of the COVID. So we have to also think about everything that we can or we cannot do during those classes.
Can I ask something? Elena and Elian, do you also work in schools, or you couldn't have a part in schools because of the restriction? Because a part of our project was to also go into schools like after lessons, but because of the restrictions, we couldn't manage to do those activities. But did you had, for example, online things that you made with the kids if they were in school in the cities that you are working?
No, I don't think I understood the question, but no, my job is not to go to the to schools. We only work in the daily centers, and we have enough kids there. No, it's our job is not to go to the schools. We are just in the offices.
Okay, so it's just in the office and daily center.
So for my part, like I'm working with 3 other volunteers, French, all of them. So they are all going to school. Like one, Camille, she's working in primary school. So she helped the 2 youngest of the family to be like involved in the society, in the be more comfortable being in class. And 2 other, Lisa and Pierre, they are working with the 2 oldest of the family, 2 teenagers, and they are working in like adult school. They are doing some workshop with some other like teenager people. Basic school, it's like more a school for being more comfortable or be more fluent of being in society. So yeah, it's kind of school, but not a school like primary school or college. But for my part, I don't go to school for the moment, but in some maybe next week I will have to give some English classes to one of Slovenian girl that she has some difficulty to speak English, so I will help her but it will not be like in school. It will be in the youth center.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you, Valentina, for understanding what we're doing. Actually, my question is, how did you decide to work with migrants specifically?
So I am a social worker. I have a degree in social work, and some of the work that we can do is also based with migrants, refugees, kids, adults, and different kind of ages. And migration is like working with migrants but also working with refugees. Migrants are the people that they decided on their own will to go somewhere else, so to leave their country. I don't know, because they wanted a better life, because they wanted to, I don't know, something with school or something else. So these are the people that are here for a longer time or a short period of time. In the place that I am right now, so in Krško, with the migrations, there are a lot of Albanian families that came here, but half of them are here for a longer time. So they are basically in the culture, they know the language, the kids are going to school, they speak the language perfectly, but they have, of course, some difficulties trying to understand new words or having to socialize with others. And the other group is the families that came, I don't know, the last years or maybe last months, and they don't know the language very well. So to be a migrant in another country, I know how does it feel, because I've been in different countries too. And when I saw like the project that I applied, so for this project, I wanted to make a change in these kids or these families' life. I know it's not like, whoa, I will change the world or I will do magic, but it's just some small things that will help them understand or feel more like home, that they know that they are not alone in this path, and they will have someone that will help them get them into this social circle, or I don't know, just be more comfortable. So the project was to socialize them, to help them with their courses, to help them with economic conditions or different kinds of them, or even just to be with them, just to stay and play with them so they can have fun. And that's basically some of the reasons why I decided to work on this field, because being in another country when you don't know your, I don't know, a new language or a new culture, you kind of feel sometimes like you're left out, or I don't know, you don't feel like you fit in. But when you meet someone else and that someone else can say like, yeah, okay, I also don't know this, but hey, let's try it, or let's talk to someone, or let's play a game all together, even if we don't know the language, let's just do something. And the joy, the smiles that you see in those kids and those families, I think that is the mainly reason why I enjoy what I do, especially in this field. So yeah, helping them and trying to change something, even if it's very small in their lives, is what made me decide for this. So yeah, Elena or Elian, whichever you would like to continue.
Thank you. My first, like when I was starting to look for the project, my first idea was not that I'm going to work with migrants. My first was that I want to work with kids, because I'm a teacher. So for me, I really love working with kids. I have worked with elementary kids from elementary school. I've worked with kids in high school, so I know how to balance with teenagers and with small kids. So that was my first idea, not the migrant part. But when I found this call, it was really related to the stuff that I wanted to expand my knowledge on, especially working with foreign for foreign kids, because I have been teaching English language to Macedonian kids, so that's really easy to teach some language in your mother tongue. I found it as a challenge to teach other kids in a tongue that I also don't know in the language. So that was a challenge for me. So I took that option, and when I stopped working, because I was working many years as a teacher, then I stopped, and I started working in NGO, another NGO in Macedonia. I was mainly doing for feministic rights and then some youth work. I concluded that I really like working with kids, but I really like the youth work actually. So I wanted to approach that learning experience from the non-formal part, not just the formal learning way of learning, but the non-formal. So I really found this calling, and I think that Slovenska Philanthropia was really like the right thing to choose this project and working here, because it's really giving me all the opportunities that I was looking for to decide to work here. Yeah. Eilian, you're next.
Yes. At first, I wanted to go to Macedonia for another project, but the project doesn't conclude because of the COVID. So I was looking for another project, and like this one with the migrants part, with the helping teaching stuff. I was really interested by this because like when I was younger, I have some let's say trouble in school, not because I was like late, but because I was like I was just doesn't do what I was supposed to do most of the time, and like some people helped me to be focused and to she was very like here for me and helped me doing a lot of things. So I wanted to give back what she gave me by helping some other people with specific need. So I was really into helping migrants to be involved in the society, doesn't be a part of the society. So I just think that help them by teaching English or by being more comfortable by speaking with some stranger can be a great thing. And also like just helping each other take care of people that are in need. It's something that have very good meaning for me. And also I wanted to like do something useful for me, but not only for people for other people. It can rather be the NGO that I'm working on, or also the family members that I'm helping. So yeah, it's like the more things that make me decide that I want to work in this project and help some people with special needs.
Basically, the work with migrants, I see that also Elena had the chance, like me, to work with the people that speak the same language. And when it's your own people, it kind of gives you even more motivation to help your people to go through this social, economical, or whatever phase that they need to be helped with. But it's not always like this. So for example, like Elion, he didn't know what nationalities these migrants are, but we just go there and help with whatever help that they need. So homework, English, math, even if it's something that we don't understand each other at all, it's enough to know that they are coming there and they are kind of depending on you to they're just waiting you to be there. It's just enough for them you to be there and you willing to help them. And as long as you have this motivation to help them and to be there for them, even if they don't understand your language or anything that you're trying to do for them, it's more than enough.
Yeah. So the family that I'm helping, they are coming from Afghanistan. So they are speaking Pashto. I don't speak Pashto. They are learning Slovenian, but I don't speak Slovenian. And they have some big trouble to speak English. So we have to find the best way to communicate. Sometimes it's very hard to communicate with them, but we have to like understand that for these migrants, we are like private teacher, but not only private teacher. We are a lot of things. We are like I don't the light in the dark time. Let's say that is like um, they we are here for them, and they know that we are only here for them, and we are here to help them. So it's for me it's important that they know that.
Yeah, I agree because I'm not just learning assistants. We don't do just homework. Sometimes it only happens because we work with teenagers, just to talk about their life, about their friends and their relationships, just stuff that are bothering them, stuff that they can't maybe talk with their parents. It's not just about the learning assistance. It's a daily center where we really help them like with their daily lives because they face problems that everyday kid faces in its own country. The fact that they are migrants or refugees doesn't change that they are teenagers and they face with every similar problem that everyone is facing with. And yeah, I think that we started talking about the challenges actually, right? The, so the biggest challenge at the beginning for me was the language barrier, but luckily I really overcome that easily because it was easy for me to start to speak Slovenian, so I don't have that challenge anymore. So it's a really joy. It's really I'm so happy when I work with the kids on a daily basis. When I see them, I'm really happy when I work with them because they're so polite, so nice, so kind, and they now see that I understand them and they immediately come to look for a translation to something and to work with them. I'm just not doing English now, we are doing another subject because they see that I can now communicate with them. It's not just the English part. So I'm I'm like happy for myself that I overcome one big challenge for myself and I have like achieved something that now I understand Slovenian. Now I can work with them. So that is the biggest joy that I have in my work. Especially my biggest joy is that the kids feel comfortable now talking with me. Yeah, every day we talk not just about school, but they share some like we share some secrets. Like we have secrets to each other, and yeah, I really feel like we connected.
That's so nice. I wanted to ask you, you said before that you have a really challenging experience when you don't speak the language and they don't as well. As you said before, Leon, that you have some that there is a problem with communications because some of the migrants don't speak English. So how do you communicate actually? What are your resources and what
Um,
you
by
do?
the end, like we communicate a lot with the end. um, but also we use Google Translation, even if it's not like very accurate. At least they understand the meaning of what we want to say. Um, or we just repeat things and show the things that we want them to do. And they a lot of times like in some way we are like model for them, like everything that we are doing they want to do the same, so they are just sometimes they are just copying what we are doing, and then they can understand things by just see what we are doing and see do the same thing, even if it's not what they are supposed to do. They can understand what I want them to do. So yeah, basically it's like the end or show them what we want to do, and Google Translation is the best things to communicate with them, even if from this moment, I try to use less Google Translation and try to speak more with them in English or by using other way to communicate, because when they are with me, they are here to learn English and not Pashto. They know Pashto, so they are not supposed to only speak in Pashto. So I try to speak in English even if they don't understand. For the moment, I try to like take my time and show them what I want to do. And like sometimes when I use some word, I try to make them understand which is the meaning of this word. So yeah, it's take a lot of patience, a lot of time, but at least I can understand what I want them to do. Or when they are speaking and I don't understand, they are doing the same things. So we find some way to communicate.
Anyone else can share some experience?
Luckily, I was lucky because most of the kids that come to the daily center, and so basically our work is separated in the daily center, the youth center, where the kids come and do activities, homework, and workshops, and the other one is street work, where we go outside to play with the kids and have workshops outside, or just do some games that they can play with each other, meet each other, or just just stay there and watch us if they are afraid to play. So most of the kids that come here are Albanians, and they speak the same language as I do. For the Slovenian kids, sometimes I have like this small diary, and I write some words, for example, how to say come, go, let's play, or something else. And when I struggle, I think the kids see it, and the Albanians were like, say this, and then I tried to say with them. But I love, because sometimes there are some of them who actually try to speak English with me, and I don't know, they just like, hey, how are you doing? And I'm like, oh my god, good, and you? And I feel sometimes that I have become like they have become like a family to me, because we're always together. It's like almost every day we're here except for the weekend, and they come here, and when they finish their homework and we're playing something, they just start telling me stories, I don't know, about how they got a grade, or how a dog followed them home or something, and we just start laughing and just share stories. And I feel like more than a youth worker, they consider me as their friend, even though I'm like 23 and they are like 7, 9, 11 or something else. They're like, oh, hey, hi, how are you doing? Come on, let's play. And that makes me actually very happy, because this is the work that I want to do, and this is the feeling that I want to get when I'm working with them. I want them to be comfortable, or just feel that I'm their friend, not as a formal person, but as someone maybe even their age. And I think they kind of got this, so they're always like, no, there's no age gap between us. Come, you're in our group. Let's play, I don't know, hide and seek or something. And when we go to the street work, so outside to play with them, or just check them, how are they doing? A lot of them are like running. Oh, hi. Okay, I learned a new word, or I don't know, just have a story that they want to tell, and that makes me actually very happy. That is like the biggest joy of the work. Of course, there are challenges, like the guy said, like language, or I don't know, maybe sometimes might be not good of a communication, or they might insist to not come or do something else, but still we work on those, so we can make them happy, or just help them in something, even if it's very small. And that, so yeah.
Yeah, as I said, Elian also said that Google Translate. At the beginning, I really was using Google Translate. And for me, it was funny, because when I came here, I was relying more on my server creation, because I knew it. And everyone in the office was understanding that, but the kids don't understand Serbo-Croatian because they don't know. They only know Slovenia. They can't connect the similarities of the language. So with them, I was like pushed to learn the Slovenian as fast as possible. So they were really the main goal why I learned Slovenian so fast was just so I can really easily communicate with the kids. So I don't rely on the Google Translate, but now I speak with them easily. Yeah, they were the main reason.
Can I add something? It's at the beginning, like, do you have some hesitation about how you have to put yourself in the relation with the kid? Like, do you have to put yourself as volunteer or as very close friend with them, or you just like first arrive, you know what you have to do? Because for my part, at the beginning, I wasn't very comfortable about being friend with them because I wasn't very sure about how I have to do things. But after like few days, few class with them, I start to be like, yeah, let's say friend with them, even if we absolutely don't know things about each other, very like important thing or a lot of things. For them, I am like their French foreigner friend. Like when we are talking about a lot of things, and we are laughing, we are doing a lot of things. So at the end of the day, I start to be friend with them, and it's very nice, very like something that I can be happy about this. So I just want to ask about to Valentina and Elena if they the same for them.
I mean, there is a line, right? Where the friendship and they're still the kids in the daily center here. There is a line where you can see who is the volunteer and the kids. We are not like friends, but I really made sure that they feel comfortable to come to me to talk about. We joke, we laugh about stuff and everything, but still, maybe it's the teacher in me talking all this life, but there are some boundaries yet, but they are not very strict. Everything is very light. But yeah, I mean, at the beginning, you need to get to know the kids, and each kid has its own character. So you need time to adapt to every kid, how he reacts or she reacts to some things. How much can you push her into studying or everything, like how ambitious it is, that person, and how he takes a joke, how he doesn't take a joke. You need time to adapt to every kid is different. So yeah, it needed time, but they're still like, there are boundaries, but they're very light still. It's non-formal, it's not like a school here. So yeah, we are friends. I want kids to feel comfortable to come to me.
Yeah, agree with Elena. It's non-formal, so they already have a teacher in school. They already have someone who will tell them, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this. So when they come to our daily centers, they have a volunteer. Of course, we are there to help them do their homeworks. We tell them, okay, and what do you think, I don't know, the capital of a country is, or if they have something in math, what is this with this? And they do their homework. But also we are that friend that motivates them, even if they don't consider us. We try to be that person. For example, if they, I don't know, they like music or they like some kind of sports and they are willing to do it, but they're not so sure, or they never had this person who motivates them or pushes them. So we are there as their friend, or they can consider even us as teachers, or however you like. So you put your own boundaries. You decide with what kid. And just like Elena said, every kid has a different personality. So if you have a kid who is like more shy and doesn't speak a lot, I think you first need to be a friend with him so he can go out a little bit out of the comfort zone. And if you want to be the teacher, so you decide however you like it, or however you feel that the kids need that person. But yeah, I'm also more in the friend way, so they can feel just comfortable and learn, or just just be themselves while they're around me or the other staff that we are here working with them.
What would you say that you learned from this mission, and what will you gain from it when you end it? And will you stay in this field, or do you want to try maybe some new things in this particular field? For example, like working with people, with youth, maybe even with migrants. What are your plans?
Jealous or secret?
No, it's not a secret. Yeah, I mean, my whole idea was to start over, so I came here to work with kids and to be a youth worker. So yeah, the whole idea and the whole plan for the future is not changed. Definitely, it's even bigger now. I have bigger motivation because it's really a nice project. It's a really nice mission, and if at the beginning it was like I said I didn't chose because of they were migrants. I chose because it was working with kids, but I think that the part working with migrants is now even more fulfilling for me because they're so kind and so nice, and it really made me more empathetic about the whole situation and all the stories and everything they have went through. And sometimes it made me realize how happy I'm, maybe how lucky I am in my life with all the circumstances I have gone through when I was a kid and how they're going through. Yeah, if the biggest thing is made me more empathetic about some situation, because even previously when you haven't been a migrant or a refugee, you just hear on the news and everything is just like a number to you. You don't perceive the human there and the life there. So now I'm more aware of those stuff, but yeah, I'm even more motivated to continue, and I think that this is at least what I'm going to do for several years now. I really like working with kids, and especially being in the youth work. I am passionate about several stuff working in NGO, like youth policies, also other things, not just about the youth, but human rights, women's rights. So mainly about people. I really like working in the non-formal field in NGO. So definitely, this will be like a motivation plus to continue working.
So the first thing that I really love even, is like see the migrants family improving when they first arrive, doesn't even try to speak English, or that doesn't know how to speak English, and from this day they start to be not comfortable, but they start to try to do something, to say something. So it's very like, when I see this, I'm very happy in my body to see this, to see them improving, to see them start to be more comfortable during those class, or during like when they are at school. So it's very something that I like. And for my future, I don't know if I will work in this field, but for sure I will volunteering in some NGO association, or do some stuff with them. So it's make me realize that first I'm happy and I have to be glad about the life that I have. I came from some rich country. I have a lot of things. I have food in my stomach, and I have a roof in my head, above my head. So I have to be happy and proud about this, because like some people doesn't have this. Like the family that I'm working with, they have to leave their country because it's a war zone basically. So they are living for keeping their life basically, and they have to work for a long time, 4 years before they can come here. So we doesn't even realize everything that they have to face in order to be safe, or to be like in more safe situation. So it's things that we can see sometimes in news, but until the moment that you never face someone that have to do this, you doesn't realize everything that they have to do. So this make me open my eyes about this and about the situation that they can be in. Of course, the situation in Slovenia and the situation in France is absolutely not the same, but we can still have some ideas about everything that people are doing. All the work that NGO or volunteers can do about helping each other, about helping some people with specific needs. So it's make me realize everything. So for sure, I will work with some association or be volunteers in some association that are working with migrants or with people with special needs. It can be like autistic needs, but it can also be like they don't speak some languages and they have to work on this. So I will help in some way to help these people.
Yeah. Sorry if I take it long. Firstly, I would like to say I'm very happy, for example, that there are people like Eilian, Elena, Tjaša, and Rožana, and a lot more other volunteers that do this work or that at least try to help these people. Like Elena said, she first didn't know that this would be like make her happy like this, so she will continue this one. And also Elian, maybe not in the migration field, but something else that will help them. So I'm very happy that there are people who are willing to do these kind of changes for these people. And basically the whole luggage that I will take, it will be that there are people who are helping. There are people who are working to make these people feel like home, make these people feel that they are not alone, because we usually have to put ourselves in someone else's shoes to know what they are going through. We never know how someone's life is different than ours. What did they went through and what they need help with. So while we are there and while we help them, it's just something, you know, and that is the biggest thing that I will probably have them with me, that there's someone who is working on this field. And I've been a volunteer since I don't know, I was in high school or 15, 13 years old, and I've always had this idea, like Elena said, also on the rights to protect people, to, I don't know, fight for others' right, help them, make them feel better. And I will always continue this, even if my future is not related with migration. I will still do something that is connected with kids or teenagers or even adults and elders. And it doesn't matter what age there are, it's just something that I want to do in the future that has to do with changing something or helping others to have a better life, or at least a better day. Because like I said in the beginning, we're not like magic happens, and we have to work very hard and very long to do this. But even if it's like one day in the whole month, they try to change something. I don't know, they are willing to learn the language because they saw you playing with the kids, or they saw you doing something. They are willing to learn math because they know that you are proud of them. They want to play with the kids because they feel now more comfortable speaking the language, even though they don't know more than 2-3 words. So when they were willing to do something, and the idea that you did just some small thing that made them do that thing, then that is a really big motivation, or something that at least I will have it, and I won't stop doing that thing, because helping them or making them happy makes mostly me happy. So yeah.
thanks for sharing. It's really inspiring to see people like you have such joy and so selflessly helping others. So maybe if you have some questions for yourself, like between each other, me and Tjaša will gladly provide this place for you now. It was really a pleasure to hear all these stories.
The floor is yours, or actually the Zoom is yours.
Yeah, when Rožana mentioned like questions, I was thinking just to talk about or exchange emails or something for some plans, let's say for the summer, because summer I hope it will be better, at least to exchange some project ideas or something to collaborate with the kids, because they really like doing something. And maybe even exchange letters, so like with pen friends or doing something. I think it will be like a nice idea for them, because they really enjoy doing stuff and meeting new people. Now they are in the process of applying for going on počitnice, on vacation for the summer, so they're into that. So I think if I mention to them that I met other volunteers who work with kids from different towns, they really like the idea to meet them or just keep in touch, be friends. I think that will be nice to work on it, to have the idea roll.
Yeah, that would be really great. Like kids love trips, they love these camps, anything that has to do when they meet others. And now summer that is coming, I just can imagine them playing with water, or I don't know, balloons or something else, just running around and enjoying that summer days. And I don't want to mention the COVID situation, but it kind of gets in that way. So we hope at least these restrictions will change, or that the situation will get better, so they will have the real summer. I know from different kind of cities, not just, for example, the centers that we are currently working, but include more centers. And why not meet with each other, or just play and have fun and just be kids and enjoy summer.
Yeah. For the moment, the youth center that I'm working on doesn't allow youth like kids, so it's can be hard to think about this for the moment. But of course, if it's opened like in some weeks, we can talk about this and maybe think about doing some trips together with the kid, of course. But yeah, it can be very nice because like they love moving, they love just visiting, discovering new things. So of course it can be nice.
We never know what the future holds, so we hope the future will be bright.
Yeah, but I really would like can you like give me your emails in the chat or on Facebook, just to have an idea, because we were having some ideas here for a pen friend to have to exchange letters, and I think it's a nice way to bring back that habit of writing letters. So we will like teach them how to write a letter to a kid they don't know and how to communicate with them. Thank you for having us, and thank you for this idea of exchanging our stories. And I saw the video that you sent us previously about to see what is this you're working on, and I really like it. And bravo, yeah, I like what you're doing.
Thank you for your time, and that you all could come and join us, share your stories, share your knowledge. I really hope that people will now think a little bit differently about the migrants and everything, and to see that we have so much amazing people now in our country helping us and them and everyone. So you really motivated me as well, warms my heart to see that I know some nice people like you. So
yeah, thanks a lot for taking the time to join us today. And again, it was really a pleasure to hear from all of you. So let's hope to meet each other soon, also in person.
So thank you so much from our side, and yeah, see you soon in real life, I hope.
Hvala.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Vidite.